Well, hey, racers. My name is James Whitehouse. For those of you that don't know me, for those of you that do, well, you guys remember me from the Iron Giant street stock fame, wrecking my car, tearing stuff up. Hey, guys, I wanted to talk about points. And I know that's a sore subject and a topic of lots of, I don't know, rumor and innuendos and all kinds of good stuff. But I'm gonna I'm gonna lay it out for you so that you guys understand what's going on, because I'm kind of partially at fault for how long it's taken for you to get your points. I'm not going to apologize for it. It's life. I volunteered. I'm not getting paid. So it's going to take me a little while to get them done. Although I'm getting very close. So let's step back a little bit. For those of you that don't know, when Corey and Sandra bought the track, the old timing system, the laptop that it was running on Windows XP. It hasn't been supported since 2017. That should tell you, anybody that works with computers will know that an XP machine is probably at least 4 or 5 years old when it was no longer supported. But there's more, because it's not just the laptop, but the old system was server-based, meaning that all of the information was contained on the laptop. It didn't propagate anywhere else. It's not stored anywhere else. So to replace the laptop, you had to go to it's a subscription-based system. The new system is cloud-based. And all of your points moving forward, this will never happen again because it's stored out on the internet. And the information is always available to you, to the track. It's instant. As soon as they send it out, you guys have it. But the old system, it was a different story. But you couldn't just upgrade the old laptop and then buy the new subscription. You had to buy all the parts and pieces to make all of the other stuff work. The MyLaps, the scoring system, the scoreboard itself. And it was thousands of dollars. And for any of you that run a business, you know that the first year of a business is really rough because you've spent every dime you can just to get through the front door. And there's this axiom in business that nobody sells a business that's making money, so everybody that goes into buying a business is they think that they can turn it around, that they can make money, number one. But number two, they also aren't sure exactly where it's going to land. So Corey and Sandra made the business decision to let it ride one more year. Well, there's been several previous owners that also let it ride one more year. And Sandra and Corey were just the ones that happened to be holding the laptop when it died. And it's unfortunate, but when it died, it took all of your information, all of your starting positions, your finishing positions, your lap times, everything. It's all gone. So we had to recreate it from scratch. So there's two parts to that problem. One is making sure that everybody gets accounted for where they started and where they finished. Because we all start with the fast guys in the back, slow guys in the front. Passing points matter. In fact, they matter a lot. And you get heat race points and passing points for your heat race. That also matters a lot. So to make sure that every driver gets their points, and I'm not just talking about the top 5, I'm talking all the way down to like 20th and below. Just as an example, I've entered in all of the information for all of the street stocks, and there were over 70 different street stocks this year. So for every race, if a guy elects to go to the back, nobody gets passing points for getting that position. If he's in first and he moves to the back, nobody gets passing points for him. So I have to rearrange everything. So we had to go through videos, paperwork, pay sheets, everything we could to come up with starting positions and finishing positions, and to make sure that they were accurate, because the pay sheets weren't always all that accurate, especially down the line where the staff at the track probably didn't think it mattered too much, but it did. So we've watched a ton of video. And also there's the problem of keeping track of all those points, of tabulating them. Each night, each person, each passing point, each finishing point, and then rolling that up to something that controls all of it so that you can see all of it, so that if your car is out there, you get credited for the points that you deserve. That was my task. That's what I was supposed to work on. Well, I wasn't able to work on it during the summer between racing and work. I just didn't have time. And then after racing, November, the end of October through November is my busiest time of the year. And then I got sick in December, and I even missed Christmas with my family. But while I was sick, I started on creating that spreadsheet that I'm using now. So I've created it, I've tested it, beat it up and made sure that it worked and that it's accurate. I finally got that done Thursday or Friday. Thursday afternoon, Friday I was starting to enter information. I took that spreadsheet and I made 4 copies of it, one for each class, and it only shows the days that that class races. That's another thing. And then all the drama started on Facebook. And I gotta tell you, I was pretty upset because you guys seem to assume that the business is just Corey and Sandra, and it's not. There's a whole team of people that work for Willamette Speedway, and a lot of them volunteer. And when you're beating up on Willamette Speedway because you're mad at Corey, because you don't think you're getting what you should get as quickly as you should get it, well, the rest of us are kind of feeling it too. And so I got irritated to the point where I wouldn't work on it this weekend. I said, screw it, and I went and worked on my race car instead of working on your points. If it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter to me. But I calmed down over the weekend, and I realized that many of the posts that I saw, in fact, the vast majority of posts from people who actually knew what was going on, were understanding and considerate. There were a few out there that I felt were really over the top and just, really irritated me. I almost was not going to finish. I was almost going to throw it back to Corey and say, do whatever you want. Now, you got to know, when I first started doing this, it would be easier, much easier, if we just counted main points. And Corey said, no, the guys earn points for the heat races. They need to get them. And I said, well, it'd be a hell of a lot easier if we just got rid of passing points. And Corey stepped up and said, no, every guy deserves his passing points. And that was me. I was trying to take the easy way out and be lazy. We could have had this done weeks ago if I'd have done that. But I created a system that covers all of it, and Corey was right. And the street stocks are unbelievably close, and I'm not just talking about the top 4 or 5, all the way down. It's amazing to me. And it's been like a little bit of a drama watching it. So I've got the street stock information entered, but I want to verify it because I see these big sausages. I'm typing on a keyboard. It's very possible for me to rotate a number, or to be dyslexic, or to even type the wrong number, fat finger it. I want to make sure that it's accurate and it's correct before I put it out there. The Super Sports, Sportsman, and late models. I've started all of yours. They're all about a third done because I had ready, easy information for that third. The next 2/3, though, will go much quicker. So the street stocks was the hardest class because of the number of cars, different cars we've had all year, the number of cars on the track every night, and the amount of cars that get lapped, pull off, pull back on, who finished where, when did they finish. So that was really intensive. Late model, Sportsman, and Super Sports, you guys don't have nearly as many, so it will go quicker. I'm expecting to have the street stock points probably done by Friday. I'm hoping to have the rest of them done the end of next week, maybe into the following week. Corey's working on getting a banquet set up. Up until this point, until I had a working spreadsheet that I felt comfortable with, I wouldn't let him schedule anything because I didn't want to put it all together, make a promise I couldn't keep, and then you guys get really mad at him. And here's another piece. I'm friendly with Corey and Sandra. I like them, but I'm no friendlier with them than I am with Jeremy Beans at Banks, or Heather at Cottage Grove, or Drake, or Debbie, or Darren, any of the other promoters around the Northwest. I like them all. I didn't step up and volunteer to do this because it helps them out. I mean, I understand running a business because that's kind of what I do. But I really wanted to do it for the racers because I felt that if the wrong person in this position, it would be easy to make a bunch of small mistakes and cost a lot of people positions in their championships that they deserve to get. So I wanted to make sure it was thorough, it was right, and It's part of why it's taken so long, is to make sure, because I've thoroughly tested every box, every formula, every mathematical equation. I wanted to make sure it was right. So now that we've got that done, I feel confident in the next 2 weeks we should have everything put together. But I didn't want them to tell you guys that I was even working on it. I didn't want anyone to know. I didn't want to take any credit. I just wanted the points to come out. And that was kind of my general plan, because you all know how it is. Everybody's going to look at me and say, oh, well, he's just the track favorite. I'm not. I get along with everybody everywhere I go. And I would do the same thing if this were Cottage Grove or Coos Bay or Banks or St. Helens or Alma or, Skagit or anywhere. Any one of the tracks in the Northwest that was having this problem, because I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel to race my whole life, doing it on nickels and dimes. I mean, I know my cars look nice, the Chevelle and my last car look nice, but there's not a ton of money in them. I spend a lot of time on them, and that's the big difference. And I know how much it means when you put all of your effort and all of your time and all the money you've got available into a car, and it doesn't matter if you're finishing in 13th in the championship. That means something to you, and I want to make sure it's right. So that's my commitment to you guys, is to get it out in the next couple of weeks. But not only that, if it does push, I'll let you know. But you can rest assured that if it pushes because I'm doing my best to make sure it's accurate. Anyway, that's all I've got to say on this. I'm not going to turn on the comments because I really don't need them. I didn't jump on here to bash anybody. But I hope you guys understand, and I hope to see you at the track soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the banquet. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.